here we are. So today we're gonna try to catch some rockfish or something like it. I'm pretty limited in terms of what I have for kit and for bait. This is the kit that I'm using. It's just an old rod. The line actually still feels like it has some life to it though. And the first setup I'm gonna try is one of these heavy bass striker balls. One of these. And then about 6 feet down from that, just a number 4 or number 5 straight hook. And so what we'll do is we'll try to get down there and cast it out into the waves. And the sinker will hopefully sit down at the bottom and the bait will float kind of in the waves above the rocks. And with any luck, we'll get a fish. So also this, if my bait doesn't work out, which I am expecting it to not work out because wait till you see it. But this is our other setup. I found this downstairs with no hooks on it. But this little silver dude, see if I can focus that. He's silver and bluish, I guess. And again, just one of those, this is all I have, no treble hooks. I only have one of these rings, so I couldn't even put one here. But I think something will go for that for sure, if the bait doesn't work. So, for bait, I don't have any cheese, I don't have any meat really. But what we do have is some peppers. These are just red pepper. And this is one strip of bacon. So what I'm thinking is the bacon and the fat and everything should attract them by the smell. But it's gonna be hard to put bacon on a hook and have it stay there in the waves because it's really wavy and windy. So hopefully the peppers will be able to kind of act as a stop to keep my bait on the hook. Let's try it out. Okay. All right. I got my tackle in hand. Got my rod. Let's go make this happen. Yeah, see, it's gonna be really tough because it's an onshore wind right here, and it's gonna be really tough to get any bait out past where the waves are breaking here. So I'm wondering if it's not worth going over there to that point so that I can cast into the bay there. I'm just gonna try this out, a couple casts, see what happens. I can't imagine we'll have too much success here, but down in the bay over there, for sure. Whether I get to that today or tomorrow. See if I can see any fish just in the waves as they pull up. Usually you can see parrotfish or rockfish pretty plainly. And see, I'm also worried about my weight. I don't know if you're able to see the rocks under the water there, but I'm hoping that weight doesn't get snagged. If it does, I'm not losing any valuable kit anyway, so. All right, let's set this up. What I'm gonna do is rip a piece of this bacon, like a square of it, just like this. I'm gonna fold it up, feed it onto the hook like that, and grab one of these handy dandy red peppers and jam that on the end. Now, I know it looks goofy, but let's try it before we knock it. Get a really good foothold. We'll toss it out. It's a ridiculous amount of weight. Oh, damn it. Yeah, snagged already. That is not good. That is no bueno. So, unless I go down the bay, bait fishing on this shore here is not going to work. I just can't cast it out. So, we'll just see how this lure moves anyway. We'll know whether or not it's viable for future attempts in the week. see how this thing swims. I think it might be, again, too lightweight with this wind for me to cast it out, really. It's worth a shot. I've had success here before, but I was using like a roast chicken, which I'm pretty light on right now. No roast chicken. All right, let's see how this thing swims. Nope, gonna walk down the bay. Okay, so we're down at the bay now. That's the house up around there where I tried before. But now I'll be able to cast with the wind into this water. And look, you can already see big parrotfish in there. Lots of them. So let's try it out. Okay, folks. So I got up, I had a good time this morning before the wind kicked up at all. It's still pretty calm out. We're gonna try this again. And this time, I come prepared to party. I have a feeling that they're really gonna like hot dog. I just have a feeling. So, we should be able to get something. I'm gonna try this again. I wish I had smaller weights because I think this is too heavy and is going to cause issues with the rocks. So what I'm gonna do this time is I'm actually gonna rig it be a lot closer to the hook than I did last time. Whereas last time it was probably 6 feet up. I'm gonna try this at about 1.5, 2 feet. Go like that there first. And I can't move. So we want to really, really secure fisherman's knot here. 7 barrels, at least. And you see how they kind of stacked up there, those knots? What you want to do is get tension on that, pull them down to the top of the shank. Now they're stacked up really tight against one another. Maybe about 1 centimeter. So this is the setup now. So we're gonna try a couple casts and see if I get hung up. And if I do, we'll try with just the weight of the hook and the bait. So for the bait, the cap of the hot dog is really gonna be the best bet because it has skin all the way around. Once you start getting in the middle here, it's tough to stay on the hook. And I don't think we'll need much. Like a 1/4 slice there. Let's bait this hook. In and up like that so it's on the shank. And we're just gonna bury the tip back in there to hide it. And with any luck, that'll be enough. I was worried about the turbulence in the waves, whether or not it will stay on. If it doesn't, what we'll do is take a small donation of this line from the rod and we'll actually tie bait to the hook. Okay, I need to put on some sun protection and we're gonna get down there. Fuck yeah. Okay, so I got my sun gear. I'll show you guys the conditions so you can see kind of what it looks like here. There's barely any wind. There's a bit of an offshore wind, but most of the waves here are just the typical rollers that you're gonna get on this side of the coast. But with any luck, we'll be able to get this out here. I'll flip the camera around and show you what we're dealing with here. So you probably can't see as well as I can, but the water's really clear this morning. It's not been chewed up too much. Now there's obviously a big set of breakers breaking right in front of me here. But if I can get past this one set out there just a little bit and just let it kind of sit in the waves, check that out. That's a big fish right there. You see him? Yeah, so I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna set the camera down, cast out. Yeah. All right, folks. We can't knock it till we tried it. Good cast. I really got to be careful because the houses on either side of us here have guard dogs. Big dogs. And I'm just sitting here. At least I have something to bribe him with. This is what we're going with. Yeah, see. Keep your head on a swivel here. There's not much I'm gonna do. One of those fucking things comes down here. I have a feeling it would jump right in the water after me. Okay. So what this tells me is that this weight is not performing. I'm gonna remove it. See, because it's bringing us down through all that stuff. I think if we can maybe even just get the bait out a little bit into the surf without the weight. Now the good thing about tying these sinkers the way I did with the slip knot is that you can back out a slip knot without having to take off your hook. There we go. Just paying it out. All right, I tell you, this is not going as well as I expected. It's one of those things where like I could walk down to the point again into the calmer water and probably have success. It's a hike. And I haven't completely given up. And you know, there is a lot of mollusk and crab and stuff that I could potentially use as bait later in the week. All right, so game plan for later today / in the week. I think the way to do this is to harvest some crabs and mollusks and these snails and bust them up and see if I can get something riggable onto a hook that way and go from there in a calmer spot. All right, folks, this is day 3 of trying to catch some tropical reef fish, preferably a rockfish. So yesterday I filmed here. I'll flip the camera around to show you, but I'm gonna take the hike way down to the point. I have a hot dog in this sock right now. Won't look bad today. I might give this a shot before we take the walk. I'm about ready to jump in there after one of these fish. Oh my gosh, I gotta move my tack.
Get fucked!
Oh my gosh. You know what, this isn't gonna work. We gotta move. The waves were really just too much over there. I would have got bashed around, potentially lost my camera. So it's really just not worth it. We'll make the few 100-yard walk to the point here and be able to get in deep without having to be directly off the shore, you know? So this is where we're gonna try it out. We're gonna walk out on this point and fish into here. So this is actually an old resort. This is called the Old Aerial Sands. I'll show you guys around. It's a pretty cool spot. So our place is over here. And this was the old resort. Used to be a big hotel and everything up here. And what these are is the resort's ocean pools. These are actually carved out of the rock and are tidal pools, so they fill up with water when the tide comes up. And then when the tide recedes, the water stays and it just gets heated by the sun. Really, really cool spot to go swimming. Even since it's been decommissioned, you can see just all these old ruins. And there's the bum cheeks of Ariel himself. We're gonna go right out here and cast in and see what we can get. Just gonna take a minute to rig it up here. I got my sock. Okay, same thing as the other day. Just gonna take the cap. Again, this is a really small hook for the fish around here, especially because a lot of them have beaks because they're coral eating fish. So this hook is really gonna be the minimum. Have you ever seen a more pathetic setup? Okay. Well, we can't knock it till we try it. And the last step in being successful in tropical fishing is beer. Look at my little legs. Here's some production value for you guys. Look at the size of these parrotfish in here. Where is he? Look at that. Behemoth. He's bright blue and black. Look, there's more behind him there. And more. More over here. I mean, look at this guy. How cool is that? And honestly, it would be a real bitch to catch one of these because they're so heavy and they have such a big beak on them because all they eat is coral that getting the hook out would be a real problem, to the point where, you know, you could break a finger. If you've never seen their teeth, they're like almost human teeth for crunching bone. Look at all of them right here. This is just crazy. Okay, we're gonna get out and see if we can get something that eats meat. We'll let it be out there and chill. Oh, big strike, big strike. Oh, yes, sir. Oh my goodness. Oh. Wow. Look at this. We got ourselves a beautiful reef fish. Look at the teeth on this guy. See those? That's for eating coral. Look at the colors on him. Okay, let's see if we can't get the hook out. Oh my God, you guys see that? How fast that was. Wow. Okay. I'm really blown away at how fast they hit that hot dog. And a real fight. Did you see that? Whoa. Okay, I need more bait. I am blown away. I mean, I knew it would work. I just, you know, you can't help but be just totally elated. Wow, that has to be one of the most beautiful fish I've ever caught. And there's tons of them in here. All right, I'm gonna do that again. Here's another shot of all these fish. Now that the sun's out, you can really see them in the water. Look at the size of that behemoth. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see if we can catch another one. Little piece of hot dog. Number 14. Just like that. Start the timer. Whoa! 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 Look at this guy. Look at how beautiful of a fish this is. He's very slippery. Look at this. Look at the colors on him. Absolutely stunning. All right, here's a better angle. Just a tiny piece of hot dog there. Big one. Yeah, baby. Look at the size of this guy. Some sort of reef fish, cousin of the parrotfish, I'm sure. Again, really big, nasty teeth on him though. You can see those. All right, let's put him back. Oh my gosh. It's so fun. It is just unbelievable, the fishing here. Well, really anywhere in the Bahamas, you know, on the coast down here, it's gonna be like this, just completely loaded with animals. I'll give you guys a little tour of this area though. There's some cool stuff to see here. So see these guys in there with the shells? Those are arthropods. These things predate a lot of dinosaurs, and they actually have like a rocky, scaly shell on them. And yeah, they huddle in these little pools here when the tide comes up. Pretty cool to see though. We certainly don't have those at home. Those are hundreds of millions of years old. Some of the earliest fossils that scientists ever found were of these guys. Very old. Another good bait option are these guys too, not the periwinkles, but these moon snails in here, that bigger one. If you bust those open, the mussels inside make great bait around here. Just stunning. And it's a lot better with fishing this good. It's pretty hard to beat. So the 3 fish that we've caught so far, I think are all the same species. I'm not sure the exact name, but it must be some kind of parrotfish. Look at the swarm of them in there. There's probably 20 right there. I don't know if you can see that. Crazy. Skate or a ray. See if we can get him. I saw him turn over and he's bright white on the bottom. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this one. This here is a flounder. A big one. See if I can get the other side of him. So you can see on this guy, both of his eyes are on the top of his head. See those? Look at how beautiful he is though. And then yeah, he's white on the underside. He's very heavy. So far we've landed 3 parrotfish-esque reef fish and 1 flounder, tropical flounder. So let's do one more cast and see if we can get anything. The star of the show, Oscar Mayer wiener lover. Yep, we got something very big. Hey, no line. Oof. Oh, and he's off. Oh, that was huge. Did you guys hear it? Just, my tension was up and it just screamed out. Dang. All right. Oh, there you go. Come on, take that. I want that behemoth to come back. Yeah, well, the fishing has seemed to cool down for sure. Could have something to do with the sun coming up, or maybe I just spooked all the big ones out of this little lagoon here. But you know, I'll take 4 fish in under an hour. It's pretty good. All right. Well, I smell very fishy, but I'm very happy that I was able to land some fish down here. Obviously took a little bit of trial and error just the first few days to try to figure out what they like. Now, I mean, obviously, I probably could have gone to a proper bait shop and got stuff. But, you know, this has been half the fun. You know, finding a fishing rod in the basement, a little bag of bare hooks, and just kind of walking through the grocery store and looking for something that might work as bait. You know, that's half the fun. To me, anyway. The bacon was a total fail, but the hot dogs worked out really great. And you know, that's just kind of what it takes sometimes. You just you work with what you have and you see what they like, and that's it. It's honestly even more rewarding when you know, the fishing's obviously not guaranteed, but when you're working with subpar bait or tackle and kit, it's a real good feeling when you can make it work. So that'll probably be the end of this Bermuda fishing series. There isn't much else to say.